More big moments from the Fani hearing. First soundbite, the friend who blew up the timeline on the love affair. Watch.
Did you observe them do things that are common among people having a romantic relationship?
Yes.
Such as, can you give us an example?
Hugging, kissing, just affection.
All before November 1st of 2021, correct?
Yes.
And Fani snapped back at that.
I have not spoken to Robin in over a year. I certainly do not consider her a friend now. I think that she, there's a saying, no good deed goes unpunished. And I think that she betrayed our friendship.
Robin is dead to me, says Fani. Greg?
I just thought of a great idea for The View. The segment's called "What You Talking About, Willis?" with Fani, and she gives like financial and relationship advice, and the answers are roughly 3.5 hours long. I keep thinking like, why did she get away with it? And I think it's because she assumes she can get away with it because she's gotten away with it before. If you treat her like anybody else, you'll be called a bigot. So it's just that she's got the attitude that, like, I can do whatever I want in a courtroom. Jesse, if you were in there, do you think you would last that long?
I would be a shell of myself.
You would be emasculated.
I would be emasculated.
You'd be an emasculated white man.
But
you'd be on the bus under contempt on the way to the county jail.
Yeah.
She rolled into court. She's not supposed to be listening to testimony. She's supposed to be sequestered. But the minute he ended, Wade, she busted into the courtroom while her own team was saying, no, we don't want to call her as a witness. Oh, she's going to that stand, Judge. Do you think that paid off or not?
No, because she came in and everybody went, whoa. She was angry. She was hostile. She wasn't just argumentative. I mean, she took people on. You're lying. Your papers are lying. And then with Robin, one of the things about Robin, and her testimony is so important, when she says, they were together, I know because I gave her my condo, or she rented the condo, or whatever it was. She said, I saw them hugging and kissing, and she told me that they were in a relationship. But more than that, I mean, this Robin came across as like a normal person. This one is coming across as an ideologue when she starts talking about protecting and defending democracy. And I think one of the reasons she came in like fire was because Wade was horrible.
Right.
Wade was sweating bullets by the time the questioning ended. And then he starts talking about the fact when they say, where do you put your cash? And he says, well, I don't want to say it because I don't want people to break into my house. You just said it. I mean, both of them had the same line. You don't want people to break into your house. And by the way, the dumbest thing that Wade said was he said, people, just as you said, people come in and give me cash all the time. I'm a defense attorney. Really? The FBI, the IRS has a target on your back. I mean, that's the dumbest thing you could say. And then with the business and the personal, okay, you made $300,000 in 1 year from Fani's office, right? No, I didn't. I only made $9,500 a month. No, you made $300,000. No, I had to put it in the firm account so everybody gets a third. Are you stupid? And you got $300,000. No, I only got $100. I only got $95 a month after expenses. I wish I could figure that out and just say to the government, no, I only made this much because after you take 50% of what I own, I only made this much.
Right. And then he wouldn't submit any of the documentation to prove that he transferred the funds to his other two partners, Dana.
I think that if you could play the intro shot of call for number 3, where the judge, I just feel for the judge in this case.
Let's hear the judge. And then let's
I do.
hear Dana.
Okay.
We all know what professionalism looks like, what decorum looks like, and devoting ourselves to the rule of law and proper advocacy. I would urge everyone to keep those principles in mind, starting with the fact that we won't talk over each other.
The reason I feel for him is I'm thinking that he's watching this whole thing going, I did not think that I was going to be presiding over a series of guiding light in my courtroom. And I would imagine that in Fulton County, the legal circles know each other very well. Sort of like in the Murdaugh case, remember when all those lawyers, they all like, you've been in my house, you come to my Christmas party, I've known you for years, like I can't believe this is happening. They probably know Wade's ex-wife. They probably were friendly with her too. And like all of this dirty laundry is coming out. In the meantime, she was trying to prosecute not just the former president, but 18 other people. and just embarrassing the entire state of Georgia.
One of the most embarrassing moments, I thought, Jessica, was when she's talking about the Napa trip that they went on together. And remember, she's trying to come across as someone a little down to earth. This is a big case. Everyone's looking at her. And she goes, you know what? Wade, he's a big wine guy. We did a bunch of wine tours. He's into wine. I like Grey Goose. And then we go to these wine tastings and they do the pairings. And she's talking, and they had caviar, and then they had champagne, and then he was drinking the wine, and I was having my Grey Goose. And I'm thinking to myself, she's prosecuting the President of the United States. She's talking about taking a trip to Napa where she's slinging back caviar and champagne. And then she says, oh, well, you know, I paid him back for the champagne and caviar. It was $750. What kind of trip to Napa is only $750 cash, not even including the wine tasting and the caviar?
I thought that was for the day trip part of it. Napa's really expensive. That was my interpretation, but I have no defense for it. I know people who keep cash at home, know people who walk around with cash. Their entire lives cannot run that way in a legitimate fashion. And this is exactly the result that the president, the former president, and his supporters want from this, because we're going to spend 2-3 days of news cycles talking about how ridiculous this courtroom scene is and lose track of the seriousness of the case that has been put forward. We're not even talking about the fact that Donald Trump was not indicted by Fani Willis and Nathan Wade. He was indicted by a grand jury.
Yeah, the giggly Wiccan. Remember that four-person? Oh, my goodness. She's another great character in this drama.
Anyone who sits on a grand jury and indicts Donald Trump, you impugn their character.
Well,
so I'm
she
just
impugned
used
her
to.
own character.
I'm not. Remember her?
Remember the googly eyes,
I don't
Jessica?
remember the Wiccan or whatever.
She's a Wiccan.
She was crazy.
And she's
Wiccans
googly-eyed.
are real people, too. I'm being told we have to go, but not because we're talking about Wiccans. Anyway, this is very serious, and I'm very worried we are not going to actually see the former president get his days in court before America has to go and potentially vote for somebody who's facing 91
And whose fault is
counts.
that? Whose fault is that? She hires a lover, and I don't care what anyone says. She hires a lover. She pays him an exorbitant amount of money. They're both in there lying and trying to protect their reputations. They destroyed the reputation of the office. Right. It's her fault.
We're going to give the judge the last word, Jessica.
That's
I'm
very
sorry.
generous
I'm very
of you.
sorry.
Yeah, I feel how genuine your apology is, and I appreciate it.
Thank you.
You just got the last word.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.